Hey y'all, so I was going to tell you a couple little math concepts that you could do with them. If they're counting, make sure they're taking an object from one group and actually moving it to another group. We say move and count, move and count. So that they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this helps them keep track of what they're actually counting, and ask them, to line them up in a group, put them in a group, and then ask them to decompose that group. Say if they were sharing with a friend, if they wanted to give their friend some and they wanted to keep some, and they can tell you that decompose is a fancy word for breaking something apart. And so they can decompose things in different ways. You could move 2 over here, and you could have 2, and your friend could have 2. Now, we didn't take any away or add any to it. We just separated them. You can decompose 4 in a different way. You can say 1 and 3, and 1 plus 3 makes 4. You can even decompose it like this, where your friend has 0, and you have all of them. So 0 plus 4 would be 4. When they're adding, make sure they don't add higher than 10. Just keep it for the answer to be 10. And you can have 2 groups and then 2 more groups, and make sure your groups are clearly defined. And say, if I had 2 and we went to Walmart and bought 3 more, then how many would you have all together? And when you say all together, move them all together so that they see them in one group, okay? And if you'll tell a little story while you're doing it, that kind of gets them used to word problems later on. And then have them tell you a story. Have them tell you that they had 1 toy, they went to Walmart and bought 4 more, and then how many did they have all together? Now, another thing they love to do is their subtraction monster. And it can be a cup, it can be a bowl, it doesn't matter. I've drawn a little face because in our classroom, we use cups and we draw little faces on them. And we say that our subtraction monster loves to eat things. And he jumps around and he eats everybody's stuff. So especially like if they're having snack one day, you could give them 3 items, and you could say you have 3 items, and your subtraction monster comes along and he eats one of those items. How many do you have left? And they'll tell you 2, but make sure your subtraction monster takes it away. This helps them to see in their brain that it's no longer in their group. It's gone away, okay? So they love their little subtraction monster, and you can do different things. But other than that, that's about it's really easy with your addition and your decomposing and your subtraction in kindergarten, but just remember, do a little bit every day, and that will help them. Just little bits of information over and over and over again. And I know it'll seem like it'll make you crazy doing the same thing over and over again, but I promise it will help them.